Eh? Hi guys. 배고파. 배고프지? Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. Hello, Stripe. Thank you for the tier 3 sub. Hello, hello. Yo, what's up? What's up, what's up? How are you, Stripe? My makeup looks really simple than yesterday. Isn't it cool how what makeup can do to you? Today, I think I have to do a short stream. I pushed myself a little yesterday. So we'll do maybe like 2-3 hours. Hi Natu! How's your vacation? I also understood the importance of your timestamp. Yesterday I had to go search for a couple of them. It was not fun. I just uploaded one of the ones that I finished. Today we'll talk about those two and then get myself back on track with the stock related stuff, and then I think I'll keep it maybe like 2-3 hours long stream. I need a rest and I want to do more reading today because I feel bad for my baby, you know? Don't you have those feelings where you're kind of like 죄책감? What is 죄책감 in English? Oh, I have guilt. Oh, I feel guilty. Of course it's guilty. Guys, I'm forgetting English. Talking about English, I'm planning on buying some... Oh my god, I have no energy. I'm planning on buying some book. Hi Scuff, how are you? I just have to find... Oh my god, okay. Oh dear lord, I can't open that. I want to read a nice book. So I want to actually buy a book. I'm still, in the mix of reading my own book, but I want to buy a book. Oh, that sucks. I hate it when you have headaches. I got my... Today I'm a little late. I woke up at 4 maybe. Or because Mia had to go play golf, so he left. He woke up at 4. Oh. Okay. 800-page finance textbook. I don't know if they even sell that. I actually want to read some, so like those type of books anyways, finance books in English, but that's like easily viewed. I think someone recommended me a comic book for finance. Maybe I'll try to finish that. Maybe that would be a good start for me. Funny story, I love the reaction that I was getting when I uploaded. So I actually was able to do the dance yesterday because I needed to work out. I haven't worked out. I haven't gone like exercising in a while, so I've been really sulky about it. I got to a point where, so online I searched how much weight I could weigh depending on my pregnancy. They said I should be weighing around like maybe like 2-3 kilograms more than what you're supposed to, and I'm on my 4th. So I think I was like 53 right before I got pregnant, so yeah. It's not fun. I'm working on trying to keep my food balance and stuff, but I think eating 3 times a day and then resting in bed isn't really helping out with that. So whoopsie daisy. Anyways, two topics I will bring to you guys is I know this was quite a long time ago news, but and I wanted to bring this with you guys, but obviously my stream schedule hasn't been decent. I'm sorry. So we're gonna do kind of maybe like it's gonna be maybe controversial for some of you guys. But I wanted to talk about it. We're gonna talk about how the U.S. Supreme Court overturns the race-based college admission, which sounds interesting. This has been, I don't know if I should say it has been an issue, but we kind of noticed that. I've definitely felt that when I was applying for college, so I feel like we'll have lots of inputs about that. I don't know how good or bad the conversation's gonna be, but hopefully we'll be tamed and happy about having this discussion. And the next one is obviously talking about Facebook's new Twitter. I bet you guys all heard about it. This came out July 5th. It is Threads. So we'll be talking about those two. But before that, let's go to fun and exciting stock page. I haven't done stock in so long, guys. And it's actually really good that I don't do stock because I realized that I'm one of those people who don't look at stock for a while. So Mia was like, maybe you have the capability of, you know, purchasing and forgetting. 'Cause that's what I've been doing. One thing that I also realized was that I've had Amazon Prime for a while. Because I forgot to cancel it, but I still use it when I go to US, but so I should like turn it on and off, but oh, is ETF better for forgetting? Oh, yeah. It's like I don't want to forget it though, but I end up forgetting. We'll have to see. Yeah, I've already reacted to Zero Base 1. That should be coming up maybe today or tomorrow. I am far behind uploading because I had other contents to upload, so hopefully you'll be understanding. But my reaction for that one was very pure too, and hopefully you'll like that. Ooh, today I'm talking in a very like tamed voice, guys. Have you guys realized that? I'm like a teacher today, or like some type of like consultant. If you guys need any help, let me know. How's your body doing? Oh really? I have individual stocks and I don't really remember it. So my JYP stock went up 300%. I'm very proud of myself. And maybe it's something that I shouldn't be, but it's still up there. And I know you guys are gonna be like, Ginger, you're so overdoing it. Well, since I can't go IRL, I might start programming stream again, because I wanted to. One thing that I also realized, you know what I've been saying a lot is one thing. Oh my god, I need to find a better vocabulary. But as I was on Discord yesterday trying to like manage all the trying all the different tools that they have, I realized that, you know what would be really cool is to program our own Discord bot. I know it's gonna take a while, but I thought that would be something fun learning experience, because Discord's been very popular among not just adults but also kids. So if we could make something that's decent and fun, we'll have some knowledge and then we'll get adjusted to other things. So I plan on doing that too. I have all the time in the world, I just can't be sitting in front of the computer for a long time, but I'll try. Why not? We'll do some study. So I'm hoping to bring back next week to create Discord bot. We'll make it simple but doable. So though I need to figure out a better time to do that. So for that one, I might just wake up really early to do it, because I want to do it when you guys are working. I don't want you guys to watch me when you guys aren't working. Like It's boring. Anyways, we'll continue. Today we're gonna do today's market. Anyways, I think I'll do some reading today. I don't think we'll go outside because it's raining. Korea's been heavily raining, guys. It's been quite scary. You go outside, you see the window. You look out the window and you're like, holy cow, it's raining. No, JYP isn't the one that owns BTS. JYP owns Stray Kids, ITZY, NMIX, etc, etc. BTS is owned by HYBE. Is this supposed to be summer in South Korea? Yeah. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have had this tea. Does kombucha have caffeine in it? It has a little bit of caffeine. Oh really? It has caffeine in it? If you're not sure, shush. What the heck? This is why I never trust Chad. There's 15 milligrams of caffeine in a 14-ounce bottle, which is basically similar to a cup of decaf. So shush. That's actually not that bad. What the heck? But then this person says because kombucha starts with tea, it is naturally caffeinated. It's so stupid. There's so many articles. Anyways, what are some stocks going on that I should be aware of? I'm so out of track. Let's kind of look. A couple of my favorite stock I would pick up probably AMD. I liked AMD. Kombucha does not. Okay, okay. This one doesn't have alcohol. I double checked, but normally it does. So it does kind of taste like alcohol at one point. It tastes like, what's that? Long Island. So, but it's kind of like, eh. Wait, this is daily. How's AMD? AMD. Whoa. When's the last time I was in track? So this is probably when I saw AMD around this area. What happened? What caused this downfall right before 2023? This would have been a good time to buy, by the way, right here. Oh, they sold a lot. AMD 살만할 것 같은데. So let's see. So they got a new CCO. So there's like multiple CCOs. I've seen Chief Commercial Officer. I've also seen Chief Content Officer. Trying to figure out why they weren't doing that well in 2022. Maybe we should look that up. Hi, doctor. Oh, hi, two doctors. How are you guys? So I wonder because of blockchain or coin mining that their price dropped drastically. Mm. They had CPUs. They also had a new GPU out, but I guess there was some controversial issues. Hmm. Oh, I think working in like these type of companies are going to be really hard. Oh, I feel like you have to be really smart. We also, how are the healthcare? Just in general, since COVID is down a lot, or like we're kind of over COVID nowadays. I see one of my friend who caught COVID, but she seemed like she's doing decent to fine points, so monthly. Tesla. Was Tesla's highest 400? Weren't there higher times? 아니었나? Why was I? Ah, because they split. I forgot. 맞아. Oh, there was an increase in Tesla. What I find interesting, so Mia does trading to the Korean one, and it's funny to hear what he always wants to buy. He watches a lot of news related stuff, and he goes, "You know what I invested in? Because there were news in Korea that it's going to rain a lot. Like it's gonna be a rainy season all throughout summer." So he ended up investing in companies that make air conditioning, or wait, not air conditioning. The dehumidifier, because in Korea it gets super humid, and Koreans like you need one. You definitely need one. So it's funny about his reaction. He's like, when it rains, my stock goes up. When it doesn't rain, it goes down. It's definitely a roller coaster. I'm like, maybe you should keep it till the real rainy season, which is like right now, because I think it's gonna be raining all week next week, so they won't be able to do anything, which is kind of unfortunate. I can't keep on. Sorry. I want to look at a month performance. So just overall in general, all the stock prices has been doing decent. I guess early 2023, just everything dropped. So maybe they're kind of going back to normal. That's a good thing. That is very good for my stock then. And I guess Bath and Body's still out there. I still find it interesting. Wow, Ulta is $483 per stock. Oh, Honeywell. Medical device. Oh, I want to see Meta. So Meta's actually been doing decently well. Ooh, what happened February of 2023? Oh, I forgot an R. So shares on the social media companies are now up slightly more than 50% to year to date. The revenue dipped by 1% YOY to that. Operating income fell 38%. Net income fell sharply. But then on the bright side, Meta platform logged a new milestone of 2 billion daily active users. Investors' fear over continued growth for its suite of products were put to rest. Ah. Eh? And then he also marked that year 23 will be deemed the year of efficiency. Is this when they announced that they were going to do the talk for when they're moving on to AI? Was that 2023? Hi, Holly. No, I haven't started yet. I've just been kind of lurking and looking at stuff. Wait, I wanna... Why is my cam, like, flipped, guys? Let's do horizontal. Wait. Oh. Oh, it's the right way. There you go. It's funny because this is... What's this hand, guys? This is left hand. This is right hand, right? And then if I just changed my chair position to more this way. Because my main screen is here and I felt weird always looking at this side. 엥? 아, 여기 있구나. Just because he said this? 뭔가 있을 것 같은데. Did he have like a talk? Including its areas of VR. Something's like 잠깐만. 엥? 엥? Morning. So the Facebook parent Meta on Wednesday posted its third straight quarterly decline in revenue and a sharp drop in profit for the final 3 months of 2022. But the company nonetheless outperformed Wall Street analysts' expectations for sale. And then it pledged to focus on efficiency, lowered its forecast for capital expenditures in the year ahead, and announced plans to boost its share repurchase plan by $40 billion. So this is literally the reason for this. Wow. Well, I guess they did get some profit though. And then their management theme for 2023 is Year of Efficiency. Wow, they were 4% down from last year. Who uses Facebook still? So it seemed last year they did announce that they were going to lay off 11,000 employees in November. And then I guess they also did a hiring freeze in place and plans to limit hiring throughout the year. Seems like all the tech companies are still having hiring issue. Meta said it has cut its guidance for capital expenditures for 2023 down slightly. I still don't think. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So is this their highest price? Ah, they're getting up there. Wow, but this is actually a really nice graph. Wow, this is like a really nice, happy graph that everyone wants to be joining. What happened early February of 2022? Wow, so this was when they were deciding to lay off, was probably around this time. And then here they announced the pledge. So we should figure out what happened maybe February of 2022. So their Februaries are like their biggest moment. They must have some luck with Februaries, guys. Hello. Oh, is that what happened? Ah, I turned it off. This is probably what we're looking for. I'm not really sad that they would lose that much. That's 20%. Ah. If this were my company, guys, don't you want to cry? Like, if you were seeing it up just right before 2023 when you announced everything, this is just a really sad graph, right? So it plunged more than 20% late. Posted a weaker than expected forecast, blaming Apple's privacy changes. Ah, so they blame Apple. And increased competition for users from rivals like TikTok. So their February 22 was probably their worst time. And they lost, I guess their daily active users also declined. But I don't think... You know what sucks about phone companies, especially companies like Apple, is that like apps like Meta or YouTube or everything, it's so dependent on this phone company. If they have policies like what happened here, the privacy changing policy, then it's so bad. It's so sad. This is basically what also happened. And shortly after, the US government started investigating TikTok. Oh, is this... Yeah. But does that also happen? Like, does investigating a opponent company also bring... I guess everything works together, right? I wonder how many people still use Meta, Facebook. Meta usage? Okay, now it's looking for like metaphor, I think. Meta business. Ah. Oh, they're giving me conferences. Okay, I don't want a conference. So that was basically Meta. And I guess they're doing decently well. I still don't understand this increase, guys. Why is it increasing? Oh, wait, that takes money. Well, I can draw like this too. 왜 이거 올라갈까? People are saying there's potential in Meta. I feel like in between here, you know the news about the Musk Oppa versus Musk versus Z? I think this is also another cause. I think people are enjoying it. Welcome to the meme stock. Do people just call him Zuck? Oh. Zuckerberg? When did Musk take control? Oh, that's a great question. I forgot when that was. That was April 22nd. April 22nd. 내가 한 요쯤. That's April. Oh. Oh, did I say S? Instead of Z? You're joking. Oh, wow. I just find it funny though, you know, like the... What? This is a Z. This is this way. That's VS. That's VS. Oh, I thought... That's a Z. That's VS versus Zuck. Whoa. Hey, it's your issue, not my issue. I think we have someone who's drunk in chat. Should we let him out? Let me get my tablet. So many weird fell out today. It's okay. Ignorance is sometimes the best way to answer question. Where was I going to go on with this? So, oh, any other companies I wanted to look for? We looked at Meta. Anything that's interesting that I liked? How is Intel doing? Oh, Intel looks like a disaster. What the heck? What is this? You know what? I'm kind of happy that I didn't buy Intel. I think I was planning on buying Intel around this area. Maybe here? 아니다. 야, 맞아. 한 요때쯤이었나? I was gonna buy Intel maybe around here. That's when I started stock.
At poems_octopus, thank you for the sub, and hello Jinri, how are you?
Hello, Ben. How are you? Oh yeah, did you guys hear about the PP contest that they were gonna have? Guys, can we also kind of talk about what makes Intel do so poorly nowadays? Like, what caused Intel to go down so much? 이게 왜 그럴까? What are some predictions we can make? Well, Intel's rival, if we think about it, is there any color that I love? Sorry, guys. Let's do pink. No one uses pink. I just had blue here and then yellow here, so can we just kind of discuss about this and how it's not coming back? So we'll talk about Intel's rival. It's AMD, right? It's AMD, Nvidia. That's a V, guys. So last time I checked, well, AMD won Intel because they had their own cards and everything, and they were doing better. But that wouldn't define why Intel has no potential in the future, because the reason why the stock goes down, as Chad always mentioned, is that they have no potential. They have no future. People think that investors don't think Intel will make money from the products that they have. If you think about the current products that Intel has, what do they have? What products does Intel have? Let's look that up. They have what? GPU가 있나? Now that I think about it, I don't think they have GPUs. Oh, do they have GPUs? 뭐지? Intel has CPUs. They do have some integrated GPUs. Oh, they do have a line of GPUs? Oh, I didn't know that. So they have... I know they were known for CPUs. I definitely know that because I have Intel. Not this current computer, but back in my US home, I think I have i7. What was my computer spec? Hi, Kuro. Hi, Kolsner. And so they also have GPUs. But if we compare, GPU is probably won by Nvidia, right? No one uses Intel. And CPU, AMD is better and cheaper. So that sucks, right? I think Intel also runs a foundry. For people who don't know, is this how you spell foundry? Is it an E? This is where they get other companies who need to make CPUs. They come up to Intel and they're like, hey, can you make me 5,000 CPUs? Intel is like, sure. So they do that. But now US found a cheaper option called TSMC. TSMC, right? So I feel like Intel is in a really awkward position. They're neither or. Like me. Where they're not really focusing on CPUs. And they don't make better products than AMD. And then their line of GPU probably sucks. I haven't seen anyone use their GPUs before. And then probably like if they're, making other people different products, there's someone who does it. There's professional who does it for them. I think TSMC has also better technology, if I recall, than Intel. So why go better technology and cheaper? Because let's be honest, anything made in US is expensive. I'm sorry, America is expensive, guys. We have to, I love talking from the company side, but let's be a company. Guys, would you be, if you, let's say you guys are the CEO of Intel. Oh, sorry. Let's say you are the CEO of this mid-sized company, okay? You make couple, you're a decent size, you're happy. Now you're like, hey, Intel, make me 5,000 CPUs. They probably make more, but let's say they say 5,000. Intel goes, okay, so we have what, like labor, human labor, and this, I'm sorry, but it's the most expensive, I feel like. What is it? You know what was kind of shocking? Is it's probably different in different states, but Wisconsin, I'm a Wisconsin girl for those who don't know me. Wisconsin, I used to be getting paid as a intern $20 at a mid-sized company. I was very happy because back in my day, which was 1918 back in like 2000, I want to say 2014, I did an internship at an IT company. They paid me $20 internship, excluding tax. So this was not including tax. But then now in 2023, if you just do a part-time job, you earn $20. Of course, I'm not complaining, but the fact that like it's not worth doing an internship anymore. I mean, like if you think about it, the fact that internship is worth doing a part-time job like throughout the year, it's kind of saying, you know, like of course living cost is expensive, but this is also saying that everything's getting expensive. So you're a mid-sized company, you ask for 5,000 CPUs, and Intel's like, okay, human labor, we have like probably like material costs, you have, what else do you have, like factory something, like energy something, blah blah blah. We want you to pay roughly $5 million. If you go to TSMC, they're like, it's fine. Oh, because the production's made in US. But we'll assure you that it's made in US. Made in USA. We'll give you that marking on the CPU. Intel probably has other like other factories, but I think they also have, I think their main one is in US. Last time, well, like back in 2020, I think it was like 2020, I did an interview with Intel. They showed me all the different foundries, or not the foundries, the factories, and they seem to be mostly located in Seattle. I don't know how much the energy cost is there going on, but if you want to build something, when I worked at a company that did blockchain, USA was not a choice because it was very expensive. The energy cost, the electricity fee is very expensive, right? So the only thing you'll get marking is made in USA. Now, if you go to TSMC, for those who don't know, it's a Taiwanese company. They have a factory located in US. I think they have one in US. They also have one in Taiwan. There was an I, guys. So they're kind of saying, hey, we have a better technology than because we can make 5,000 a bit cheaper. And human labor, I actually don't know human labor costs in Taiwan. They probably have it increased, but they don't pay you up to $20. $20 is pretty expensive. And we're cheaper. So we'll offer you we'll offer you $4 million for that. If you're a mid-size, of course, though it might not have made in USA, it'll have made in Taiwan. if you are the CEO of a mid-sized company, you got these two offers, which one will you choose? Which one would be ideal to choose, guys? This one or this Intel, who's like saying all these like human labor is expensive, material thingy, factory energy versus, you know, that. Oh, have fun. Hi, doctor. So then what does Intel need to do? Yeah, right? You'll get more for less. That's a very good way of putting it. You'll get more for less. And basically, Intel has no potential for the future. Because there's always cheaper option. And some people might actually say, well, you know, if you think about it that way, like Apple, the company Apple, their products are effing expensive. You know, if you want to buy an iPhone, what is it like? It's like couple hundreds more than Samsung, right? And even Samsung is not on the cheap line. So why are people still buying Apple? Well, to answer that question, guys, personally, I think it's because Apple is dealing with customers who are you guys. Customers as in like individuals. And individual people like something that makes them feel rich. Why do people buy expensive Prada bags? Or Louis Vuitton? Or Yves Saint Laurent? I don't even know how. 뭐냐? Yves Saint Laurent. Why? Because it gives them a pride of saying, hey, I have the money to own that. Do they actually? We're not sure. Maybe they're just in a bunch of debt. Maybe they bought Intel at the wrong time, so they're in a bunch of debt. But they're still saying it gives me a pride. So the individual customers like us would rather get the pride. So if we bought an Apple, they also did such a goodwill marketing saying, hey, buying our products mean what? You are rich. Well, not like literally you're rich, but it's basically telling, hey, you have the money to afford our products because our products is high end. The only people who wants our products are going to be those who can live high end, right? Definitely. Yeah, this is definitely going to be the branding that you're talking about. So we're dealing with branding here. So why couldn't Intel do this? Because Intel's customers are companies. Do companies care about buying quote unquote pride? Does having a GPU or CPU that's labeled made in USA versus made in Taiwan or Korea, does that have a difference for a company? Does this type of pride, I don't know if you're like super American and you want to be like, I'm an all-white company, we're gonna do this, we only hire Americans, you gotta show your Eagles, I don't want any green cards or visa. Yeah, maybe then they'll probably use Intel. But if you want to be smart, usually companies go for cheap and good. Cheap and good. So they have better options. Do we have actual numbers for what foundry service costs are for Intel versus TSMC as well as availability? That's a great question. If you want to find that, that'll be great. But yeah, this is all my theory. This is all my personal thoughts that I have. But I feel like if you kind of compare the living cost of Intel versus Taiwan, I'm thinking that it would be much cheaper. But if you could find the data, that'll be great. Because what if Intel does cost more than TSMC? Then why is Intel doing so poorly? Then why is AMD? Well, AMD has good connections. AMD is also, you know, Lisa Su maybe is also, there's also. But why is Nvidia not using Intel? Then technology would be of good potential. So it's all personal theories that I have, but if I were Intel, I could see, if I were an investor who's thinking about purchasing Intel, whoa. I think they need to figure out, they need to focus on something better. Kind of like what Meta did. You guys are saying Meta is, you know, doing decent these days because they finally gave up on the VR service. Like, honestly, do we want to see Meta's VR? I mean, I have one. I'm sorry, I have one. I shouldn't be dissing it, but I haven't used it. But I tried their VR and it made me get a very bad headache. I'm sorry that I have to say this because actually one of my viewers bought it for me back 2 years ago, but I couldn't get used to it. It didn't really click onto me. This VR set, you know, you have to like wear it, and the moment you wear it, it makes you dizzy. The lines, I don't know, my eyes was just kind of messed up after using the VR. So, you know, investors for Meta were like, okay, this thing, or sorry, was it VR? Were they doing VR? They were doing like VR, what, metaverse, and all those like fancy like stuff. Well, investors were like, okay, it's not the time. Please don't do this. So I guess them saying the efficiency part, efficiency, etc. I could see why people would like Meta, or people would kind of maybe trust Meta in that sense. So Intel is behind the times, yeah. But if you think about it, it makes sense. They're what, like almost. Oh, when did the company started? I saw like the CEO's date. I was like, oh, the company started in 2021. No, this company was actually founded in 1968, guys. And that's kind of what I have the same feeling for any type of old companies like GE, or what are some very old companies? One thing that if I were to go back to working at a company, I promised myself never to work at a old company. And when I say old, anything that's like 20 years. They have good history, they have great technology, but they still have those boomers. And I'm not dissing boomers. I hope I'm not dissing boomers because, you know, like, boomers are nice. Sometimes they're helpful, they have great knowledge, but they also can be a little stubborn, where they're not wanting the changes. They hate the changes. Changes aren't good. And I agree. If someone comes up to me and they go, Jinri, who uses streaming on Twitch? I want you to use streaming on, I don't know, like Watch. It's where all the Zoomers use. Or let me just say one thing. Like, I've got lots of people asking, are you doing TikTok? Because that's like the social media you should be on. I was like, F you. I was like, I'm fine with Instagram. I'm just gonna upload my pictures because I don't adjust to the change. You know, I'm a boomer too. I'm stubborn. So this is me. I can define it. Most human beings, when they hit a certain age, when they're asked for a change, they don't like it. It makes sense. You guys probably are the same way. I've talked with a couple of you guys, and I'm like, this could be a way of thinking, and they're like, no, I don't agree with you. Okay, damn you. Okay, So you kind of get to a point where you're not very lenient. You often cannot find lenient people. So I think I do agree with this company being that Intel is definitely behind in time. It's hard for these companies, and why I'm saying, okay, so what real reason of why they don't like changes is, guys, if for example Intel is what, 1968, how old is that? Come on, let's do math, guys. I haven't done math in a while, so let me do my subtraction. That's a 10, 5. We'll do 9, 10. 뭐니? 55-year-old company, guys. Intel is a 55-year-old company. You know how much like programs and changes that they probably had to go through in that 55 years? So many. So do company workers want to spend, oh, is it 73? Why is it 73? This company is founded in 1968. Did I do my math wrong? Oh, what? Oh yeah, and then changes definitely cost money. But I also, if you guys think about you guys as the worker, it's like this. Your boss comes in and boss is like, hey, I know we are using, I don't know, like Microsoft Teams right now. By tomorrow, I want you guys to learn how to use Discord. Like, change every setting, change everything to use Discord. How many of you guys are gonna sit till like past 6 trying to learn how to use a Discord? Of course, Discord for many of you guys already know how to use it. But like, you know, the company's like, you know what? We're gonna try to branch to Korea. We want you guys to learn how to use Kakao Talk. How many of you guys are gonna be like spending the whole night trying to figure out how to use the Kakao Talk? Oh, wouldn't you hate that? You want, you know, like, this is why people did the silent quitting, you know? They're like, okay, I don't care about Kakao Talk, Korea. Just give me my paycheck. That's all I want. Yeah, I used to be like that, so. Not everyone's like this. Not everyone is like me, where they don't want to work, but I feel like we have some moments that when you're working in a company, you're just kind of like, oh my god, today is definitely just a day to gain money by pooping and not doing anything. Of course, you can't do that every day, but it's still an option. So anyways, that's kind of my own personal theory on why Intel's doing bad. But we definitely, I would be questioning, what was mentioned in chat. Does the price for the foundry cost differ? Whose is more expensive? I don't know if it's like open. I feel like this is not open to a lot of people, so, or like to individuals like us. So I feel like it'd be hard, but I feel like that would be a very good question to see if Intel versus TSMC. We'll see which one is more cheaper. But I would still be questioning about this. Anyways, that's my random talk of the day for Intel. And hopefully Intel does good. I liked Intel, you know, they worked hard on creating their CPUs. They've been like the first company to do all these semiconductors. They were always the starter. Now they're the laggers. Which is so sad, you know. They were off to a good start with their creation of CPUs with all these white men, and then now they're kind of like, you know, kind of being the laggers of like, oh wait, this new technology came, oh I guess we'll have to figure this out, but I don't want to do changes. That's a great issue, right? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. That was it. Random Intel chat. Yeah, they had the lead. I liked it. You know, I was always proud of using Intel instead of AMD, but now it's embarrassing to use Intel. I don't know if that's a great way of putting it, but Intel's kind of embarrassing for me. Yeah. If I find other companies that sounds interesting to talk about, I'll look it up too. But it's kind of fun. So let's move on to my 2 topics for today, because like I said, I'm planning on doing 3 hours because of I did 7-hour stream yesterday and I realized that I should not do 7 hours 2 days in a row, because that will make my weekend gone and I won't be able to upload things on Instagram or YouTube. So sorry chat, we'll just do 3. I'm gonna have a nice lunch because I also didn't have. I know, that makes me so sad. Mia was like, are you playing Dave? I'm like, no. But today I think I should do a little bit of working. This is side story, guys, but I plan on creating you know how I always wanted to do a vlog? And I was always questioning what type of vlog content I wanted to do. Oh, fudge you. And the one that I'm planning on choosing are, you know how in Korea they are very picky on, or they're not that picky, but they want to focus on prenatal care. So for those who don't know, prenatal care, it's when you do things for your baby inside your womb. So things that include are reading a book to the baby. There's also listening to music. There's kind of exercising, but exercising is just like walking around. There's also, so by the way, this prenatal care is called Taegyo in Korea. And so of course, yeah, there's also vitamins. I take so much vitamins. I've been taking 뭐라고? Flossit? 뭐라지? Some as something 엽산이라고 in Korea. It's called 엽산. I've also been taking lots of iron. Folic. Thank you. Why did I think of faucet? That was close, right? Folic acid. Thank you. Which is so interesting. Like, I never thought these would help. My mom said, like, oh, I didn't get to eat that when I didn't take that when you were born, when I had you. I'm like, maybe that's why I have short-term memory loss, mom, or I can't spell, or I can't speak. But it's not my mom's issue. Anyway, so one of the things that I want to do is focus on listening. Because, one, I'm a musician. I played harp for so many years that I gotta use this wisely. And 2, I've been interested in classical music, and a lot of these prenatal care relates to classical music. I don't even know why, but apparently classical music helps you with prenatal. Apparently your baby knows Beethoven Symphony No. 5 the moment she was born. So we're going with the trend. So what I'm planning on doing is I went to a nice concert and I've been jotting down. I went to lots of classical concerts, like going to orchestra concert. Well, I didn't go to orchestra. I went to a ballet one. Watched my friend do ballet, and I saw a piano concert or piano recital. And I found like a couple of music that people didn't know well, that I thought it'd be nice to kind of organize and put up there and keep a list of songs that was helpful during the prenatal. And maybe I could also include games that you could play. Like Dave. Dave's a good game to play when you're pregnant. Or there's also probably like GTA. Just kidding, we're not gonna put GTA. But anything related to the prenatal care, I plan on writing nice vlogs about it. So I think after doing that, I might just turn off stream, play some nice music, and casually write. Because one of the pet peeves I have on my stream is that if I can't do study with me. I realize that because I need to talk. And I want to consistently talk. If I have any time that I'm shut up, then I feel uncomfortable. So I need to talk. And that's probably not good when you're trying to do, this stuff. So Anyways, anywho, we are going to start with Thread. So our first discussion is Facebook's new Twitter thread. Who has heard about threads before? I feel like this would definitely going to be related to Twitter and the current issue with Musk versus Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg. So I brought up the introduction thread, new app, text sharing, because I actually didn't know about it until I saw news about it last night. And I was like, you know, this is going to be interesting. We'll have a good discussion about it. So let's get started. Was it easier? Oh, I haven't heard about it, so. So the main takeaway that they point out is that it's a new app, of course, built by the Instagram team for sharing text updates and joining public conversation. When I read the public conversation first, the first thing that came up was like, well, it's like Twitter, but I could also kind of see it as maybe a Reddit type of deal. Because honestly, I'm sorry, anything that's being on Twitter is like kind of low quality. I don't approve of it. I don't know if I should say I don't quote unquote approve. But I just don't think that like anything that's being on Twitter, most cases, unless we're doing like stock related news or those type of thing, they're kind of very biased and they're kind of like, right? So I mean, like, a lot of people get messages from Reddit, so if they want to have a nice public conversation, I was also thinking of Reddit as their competitor. So you log in using your Instagram account. Post can be up to 500 characters. This is definitely what kind of very Twittery. And then you could include links, photos, videos up to 5 minutes in length. And then they're hoping to make it compatible with open interoperable social networks that we believe can shape the future of the internet. So he just announced the initial version of Thread. I haven't seen the picture, so we'll have to get it up. The app built by the Instagram team for sharing with text. Ooh la la. Whether you're a creator or a casual poster, it offers a new separate space for real-time updates and public conversation. So yeah, it is, I guess, basically like Twitter. Especially because they have the limited word length. We are working towards making Threads compatible with the open interoperable. Oh, that's what we just read up there. So Instagram is where you do connections with photos and videos. Kinda, yeah. Now, our vision with Thread is to take what Instagram does best and expand that to text, creating a positive and creative space to express your ideas. So just like on Instagram with Threads, you can follow and connect with friends and creators who share your interests, including people you follow on Instagram and beyond. And you can use our existing suite of safety and user control. So this is like Twitter. So this is like Twitter, right? I love how, though, we do have to emphasize how well they used in words. They're not saying, you know, this is basically saying, hey, we just copied Twitter, but in a fancy way, they're saying, you know, you couldn't post text on Instagram. Yes, you could. You could have shared ideas, you know. It's not really a photo base, right? But, you know, we want... Instagram kind of focuses more on photos. I mean, it's true, but, you know, nowadays people use it for other things, right? Videos. And now we're gonna create this for text. Yeah, just say that it's basically Twitter, guys. So join the conversation from Instagram. It's easy to get started. Simply use your Instagram account to log in. Instagram username and verification will carry over. So this is how you log in. I guess this is what the layout of Thread looks like. It's Oh, it's like a thread. I get it. Ha 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 ha. And then they're like, say more. Okay. And holy cow, is this Twitter? What am I looking at? Oh, look at this button. Doesn't this look very familiar? I mean, okay, Twitch has a check mark. I understand. Twitch has one, but at least it's purple. Don't tell me it's gonna be exactly like this. Okay, up from here, I'd be like, oh, this is Instagram. And then everything down here is kind of like Twitter? And these lines? Twitter? Okay, down here is also back to Instagram layout. So it's like Instagram plus Twitter. Oh, nice. Now, everyone who is under 16 or 18 in certain countries will be defaulted into a private profile where they join threads. You can choose to follow the same accounts you do on Instagram or find more people who care about the same things you do. The core accessibility features available on Instagram today, such as a screen reader support and AI-generated image description, are also enabled on Threads. What I kind of don't understand is that you could still upload, what, links, photos, videos. What's kind of ironic is if you look at Instagram, you can still upload text. Oh, in text, right? You can also upload photos. You can also upload videos. What's shocking is you can't upload links. Links don't go through. And you can upload text. So, yeah, links, but I kind of don't see the difference that much. And they have a repost function or a quote function. Doesn't this sound very familiar? So your feed on Threads include threads posted by people you follow and recommended content from new creators you haven't discovered yet. Posts can be up to 500 characters long and include links, photos, and videos up to 5 minutes. You can easily share a thread post to your Instagram story or share your post as a link on a other platform you choose. So tune out the noise. We built Thread with tools to enable positive, productive conversations. You can control who can mention you or reply to you within Threads. Like on Instagram, you can add hidden words to filter out replies to your threads that contain specific words. You can unfollow, As with all our products, we're taking safety seriously and enforcing Instagram community guidelines. And since 2016, we've invested more than 16 billion to building up the teams and technologies needed to protect our users. So they're saying that we're really focusing on safety. Safety is going to be our number one best choice. So they're hoping to make it compatible, which is using ActivityPub, the open social networking protocol established by WWW3C. Oh, I didn't even heard about this. This is going to be an interesting one to look into. So this is all from the technical standpoint. How are they making money out of this? We're committed to giving you more control over your audience on Thread. Our plan is to work with ActivityPub to provide you the option to stop using Threads and transfer your content to another service. Oh, that's nice. So the benefit of open social networking protocol go well beyond the way people can follow each other. Developers can build new types of features and user experiences that can easily plug into other open social networks. So each compatible app can set its own community standards and content moderation policies. So what's next? Okay, so this is all technical stuff about the making it interoperable. interoperable network. Oof, they use fancy word. Basically saying we'll let you, share other things with safety. We can let you email it. We'll let you probably post it on other networks, other social media, blah blah blah. So what's next? We're rolling out Threads today in more than 100 countries for iOS and Android. People in those countries can download the app from the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. In addition to working towards making Thread compatible with the ActivityPub protocol, soon we'll be adding a number of new features, including improved recommendations and feed, and a more robust searching function that makes it easier to follow topics and trend in real time. So, dude, after reading this, what I just got is Twitter. Do you guys see anything that's different? It's just Twitter. So this is what they said, and then in The Guardian, we found a... So it's ad-free now. Anyone tried it? It's a lot less toxic than Twitter for now. So who has tried Thread before? I actually haven't downloaded it. Like I said, I've heard about this really last minute, so... Do you have to create an Instagram account to have a Threads account? Probably. I mean, I don't think you need to have an Instagram account, but I think it just tells you that you can connect it. So you have set up and looked around. So, what do you find the difference between Thread and Twitter? I actually don't see a difference just by at least reading the text. So I do want to test it out one day, but it seems that currently it's ad-free. Right here. So it's ad-free. What else? The layouts seem really similar, so I'm not seeing maybe the difference in that part. What else? I'm also trying to see what they also have. It seems that at least the ratings for the Thread is 3.9, which is high. And what's kind of funny is that 16 hours ago, we actually had a news saying Meta plans feed for Threads after users complained. So they seem to have a couple of complaints going on. So before reading this, I just find it interesting for from my chat who has used it. So we'll call this user experience, right? It seems that it seems that everything is currently good because it's chill thread. It's ad-free, but I love how every individual one of you posted the word "for now," which is actually very important if you think about it. Ad-free. Twitter used to be ad-free. Twitter used to be chill threads too, and one day it just kind of flip-flopped. So we'll have to see what other things that they'll be making a good difference. Good comparison other than these two. So let's see what users' complaint was, and let's see what Meta wants to do. So the boss said a feed for Threads showing posts in chronological order is being currently worked on. So currently it's not showing chronological order. This is a big problem, sir. But it's understandable. It's still in the beta. I think they're doing a beta testing, right, for the thread. So this is understandable. Users want to see posts from accounts they follow rather than chosen by Threads algorithm. This kind of sucks, but this is also kind of YouTube-y too. YouTube style. But I guess if they're getting things that's really not what they want to see, especially because it's through a text, right? Like if I get like football results because I love watching sports like esports or soccer, they give me USA football result, I'll be like, why are they giving me this result, right? So that could be a good change. So the boss is saying the new feed was on the list of changes to Thread. Oh, nice. Anything that they wanted to change? So other features on the list includes the ability to edit posts. This you couldn't do this? Funny. And then translation into different language. This would be quite interesting. I don't think Twitter had this. But what I do like from Instagram at least is that their post, if you write a text on their Instagram, there is a C translation button below, and it translated into the setting text of like, if mine says it in Korean, my friend always clicks on this and translates it to English. It's not 100% true, but she also finds that interesting. Making it easy to switch between different Threads accounts. While it is possible to view threads on the website via threads.net, oh, they actually have one, there's no desktop interface. This is pretty interesting. The fact that people still are asking for desktop, I guess it's easier to type than do this, so that makes sense. And so they will be creating a desktop interface version of Threads. It'll be nice. So this article, BBC did do a comparison for Thread versus Twitter, and we'll have to see. The owner is definitely different. The character post is different, but I know there's different ways to make this possible. You could do the links, photos, videos are different. I think because at least Thread has better technology, right? Verification, yes, through Instagram. So if you're verified on Instagram, you're automatically verified on Threads. However, Twitter, you just pay, as I recall. You can both delete, you can... Oh, you couldn't edit on this. Huh, I didn't know that. But I guess you could now. And then there is no DM service on Threads. This is pretty interesting. I wonder why they took this off. Either it's still in beta testing mode or they don't want DMs. It's pretty interesting. They don't have the hashtags. This is pretty interesting too. And then they don't have the trending stories. I think the trending stories, I actually liked some of them, like on the sides, because it tells you like the world issue or issues going on. I gotta see some like BTS issues because mine's really catered towards K-pop. But now, funny story is that if you use the Twitter's Blue service, it offers the verification, editing, and longer posts and videos. So you could get this if you pay money. So this, like what you guys mentioned, this is definitely a money-making phase versus this is just growing phase. So we'll have to see if this is going to transfer to this or this will go a different route. But if you think about how Facebook is currently making money, you know, there's a bunch of ads on Facebook right now. So although they didn't do the subscription service on Facebook, I won't be surprised if I start seeing a bunch of ads on Thread. Also, there's no search function. So when it announced the app's launch, the company said it would add a more robust search function. I'm questioning what this would mean. So I guess this is something that we'd have to be expecting. Meanwhile, the only way currently to fully delete a Thread profile is to delete the associated Instagram account. Wow. So you can't delete something that you wrote currently, but I guess they're planning on doing that. Now the clear victory. At some point in the future, Meta wants users to be able to use their Threads account to interact with other social media platforms using ActivityPub. This is, I guess, what's been keep on mentioning. A protocol with the necessary programming code, such as Mastodon WordPress or Reddit alternative Lemmy. But some worry Threads threaten the idea of this system altogether because of a practice big tech companies have utilized in the past. So it seems that Meta joining Thread was validation of a movement towards decentral. The full thought winner of MMA or the Meta versus 뭐냐? What? What? It said it in like the most Koreanized voice that I was just what? Let me just double check what Tunation. Thank you for the Tunation one. I was like, what are you saying? Tinfoil thought winner of the MMA match is going to buy the other company to kill Snapchat. Oh, why would they want to kill I thought Snapchat was part of Meta. Isn't it? Didn't Meta take Snapchat? No? I think I'm getting confused with WhatsApp. So Meta has WhatsApp and Instagram. Snapchat's on its own? Like, who uses Snapchat though these days, no? Anyways, the concern among users has grown with over 100 Mastodon communities joining what they call the FediPack, an agreement to block Meta from being able to access their community under any circumstances. So some of them actually don't want this to happen, so they're creating this agreement too. So one other feature coming to Threads at some point may also receive mixed reviews, where there's no advertising on the platform for now. Emphasize, for now, guys. So honestly, I would want to try this. I think it seems like a decent app. I just don't find... I mean, like, sure, maybe it is better than, maybe the thread quality, sorry guys, oops. Maybe, you know, conclusion-wise, yeah, maybe the thread quality could be better. Thread quality or post quality, we'll say. Much chill, cleaner. Or we can also say that there's no ads here, so people are going to use it. But like what all articles are saying is that this is all for now. And yes, they have this new service of some type of protocol. What is it called? The ActivityPub protocol. But it seems that there's kind of a mixed review on this ActivityPub protocol. So we'll have to see when this actually becomes a service and see what other people think about it. Because I'm not quite understanding also the mechanism of how this works. So I think I need it to come out. It needs to come out and like for me to see it. So, but yeah, I just find this another way of creating a fun drama of Meta versus Tesla. or more exactly, just Musk versus Zuckerberg. And did it cause a lot of interest? Definitely. Like, they're having a ring fight or a match, and I love how now that they seem like they can't win this, Musk actually also said, hey, let's do the PP size contest too. So is it kind of going out of hand? I think so. But is it interesting, and is it keeping people lively on the internet? Definitely. So we'll have to see it. I still don't see the purpose of why they created Thread. It is definitely an interesting market, but it seems that Zuckerberg doesn't like what Musk is doing in terms of Twitter, so he's just like, okay, I don't like what you're doing, so I'm just gonna create Twitter. We'll have to see about it. I plan on maybe investigating Threads a little to see if I can be an early starter. Would be something great, but yeah. Came out at a time when people are getting tired of Twitter. That's true. But I also want to say this about Twitter. I know Twitter has been really controversial about like who they're banning or they're unbanning, or but I feel like Twitter's, you know, like overall, like if you see their overall customers or their consumers, that part is only a little bit. If you look at like K-pop industry or like Twitch industry or certain part of like the Twitter community, it seems that they're kind of like, yeah, you ban some maybe people, but at least my BTS oppa is fine, or my TXT oppa, you know, like it seems like they don't really care. So yeah. And there's also those like outlier of like me who don't use Twitter, and they're like, we came up with Thread. Okay, well I still probably won't use Thread, right? So Meta hired a bunch of former Twitter employees. Ooh, because they did fire. Which is kind of ironic, right? Because we just heard that they were doing a hiring freeze, but they wanted to definitely push Thread out, I guess, right? So we'll have to be seeing this fight. We'll have to see the outcome. We'll have to see what's going to be better. But I feel like it's going to take a while for this to grow. We don't know how long it's going to take, but it'll definitely take a while. But anyways, this was the introduction to Threads. I hope you guys got a little insight. I know I'm definitely late for this, but I never got to use Thread before. I didn't really have interest in Twitter anyways, but I'll have to try it because I am a content creator. Maybe I'll figure out a better way of using Threads. But I never found the reason of using these things. I mean, like communication wise, I have you guys and I have stream, but hopefully this was a great discussion. Yay! So is Meta like completely done with AI? Or sorry, not AI, like Metaverse? Metaverse, VR thing. Are they like completely done with this? Are they not doing this anymore? You like my engineering brain? Thanks. I haven't used it in a while, so it's very rusty. Oh, there's less of a focus. So they must have maybe fired a lot of people from here. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna focus on Thread. Actually, you know, if you think about it in market terms, it's a great way to bring Threads when Twitter was on a fire. I think this was actually a really good idea. And if they side the opposite political side than Musk, which I think that's what Zuck Opar is doing, it'd be such a very, like, you know, controversial, but a great marketing skills. I'm actually liking his strategy right now, so yeah, I like it. I definitely like it. We'll have to see. I'm interested in trying Threads. And my last conversation for today is the college admission. But before we go on there, I have to go to the toilet though. So hope you guys be patient with me. Guys, how many of you guys are different race other than white? Is everyone like white here? Are you guys all sleeping? 잠깐만. Guys, this is where I took my physics exam and got a C. Are you guys excited to see where I got C? 그래서 I took my freaking physics exam and I got a C on it, guys. 사람들도 안 봐요. 오, what is this? Oh, my cam! Oh. I was Jinri large. People large. 비율 조작이라고? 사실은 제가 엄청 살쪘어요. 와! People wide. Hi. Hey. Oh! What the fudge? What happened? 아! 와, 나 진짜 시커면서. I hate programming. Instead, we will do something else. Do you know what I dreamt of last night?
나 꿈꿨어. 귀신 꿈꿨어.
Did you watch the English translation? Guys, if I were to open a booth, I would have to invite my interns, like my Korean interns. If it can scan it better and find it better, yeah, that's so worthwhile. I'm going to see if we can visit their manufacturing or their research lab and look into their product more and learn about it. I think I should create a content where we get to tour the company. I think it'll be really cool, like all these startup companies. Nine Dog will work, Tensor will work, Scyther will work. Gotta bring those kids to Korea. I don't want to say kids, they're not kids, but wow. 점점 이게 느낌이 이상해지는데. I don't know if this is the wrong. This is that. 흔들어봐. Guys, I love going on these like mom cafe things. They have funny stories. I forgot about a story that I read, but it was like it was the mother-in-law visited, and then the mom took a quick nap before taking care of the baby, but then the guy worked all night. But the mom also had to come to the daughter and be like, hey, I want you to take care of the kid because my son couldn't get sleep. Can you believe it? I mean, like, it makes sense that I should be taking care of the baby because, yeah, I got some sleep, but sometimes you just say things without thinking. And you're shocked because it's like, wow, we're the same female. female. Shouldn't same female be siding for each other? It's especially related to like baby carrying, but I guess not. Well, it's always confusing. It's always interesting that this is happening. Life is so unfair, guys. So, anyways, today's topic is college admission issue going on. This was actually a long time news, almost like 2 weeks ago, but I wanted to talk about this. Cause I don't know if there's college is a very interesting place. I've had fun in college, but when you're at that stage of getting into college, you always want to go to, there's some people who want to go to really good schools. There's some people who couldn't afford a certain type of school, and there's some people who are happily ever after with not even going to college. So this was quite an interesting part. Now, so US Supreme Court overturns race-based college admission. What does that mean? US Supreme Court has ruled that race can no longer be considered as a factor in university admission. Interesting. Very interesting topic. The landmark ruling upends decades-old US policies on so-called affirmative action, also known as positive discrimination. It is one of the most contentious issue in US education. So this affirmative action first made its way into policy in the 1960s and has been defended as a measure to increase diversity. Great. I like this. I like the increasing diversity. US President Joe Biden said he strongly disagrees with Thursday's... Oh, really? So he disagrees. We cannot let this decision be the last word, he said. Discrimination still exists in America. So this is not a normal court, he added, of the 9 justices who are ideologically split between 6 conservatives and 3 liberals. This was also a very controversial, fun issue, right? So the education secretary said that the court took away a very important tool that university leaders use to ensure diversity on campus. However, what it didn't take away is the intent to ensure that our college are made up of beautifully diverse students, much like our country is, he continued, adding that a White House will issue guidance to universities with instructions on how to legally maintain diversity. So up to here, whatever I will say, it will be super controversial. Because I feel like the moment you agree with one or the other side, it kind of tells you what color you are, right? If you are kind of this color, sorry, I need the strong red color. If you're kind of like this color, or if you're kind of in this area. So it's pretty interesting, but so the article is literally saying, hey, you know what? Why is race a factor in deciding what college you're going to? So I actually want to ask that question. Yeah. Why is race part of why college? They did say diversity. They wanted the school to look like it was very diverse. That's a great point. But so what's interesting that I remember, back when I was in college, this is 2018. I went to college in 2018. And I remember one of my classmates back at the time, she goes, hey, she got into WashU, St. Louis. And it's a very great school. It's well-known, high education, and she was in the engineering program. And I got into UW-Madison. Not dissing UW, it's also a nice school. We are known for engineering. We're also known for, I think, pharmacy or doctor something something 뭐냐, medical. So we're also known for a lot of things, but if we do the rankings, obviously UW St. Louis is much better. And I still remember to this day what she told me. She's like, hey, you know why I got into this school? I'm like, why? She's like, because even if my scores are bad, she got like a 3.2. I recall. I think it was 3.2 or 3 or 3. She's like, even if I have like a kind of a lowish, or I think maybe it was 3.5. Anyways, it wasn't like a good. But yeah, she's like, as you know, even if I have like 3 point something, I got in because I have my status being Cuban. And I was like, what does that have to do with anything? And she told me the reality of college admission, saying, you know, colleges only take a certain part of Asians, certain part of white, certain amount of black, certain amount of other Hispanics, and yeah, so I'm adopted and I'm Cuban, and that was literally her logic to me. And I heard that and I was like, damn. So if you think about it, let's just talk about Asians for now. I'm Asian. I was 100% Asian when I was applying. No, I had a green card when I was applying to colleges, but I was Asian. I had a 3.5 in high school. I wasn't like very studious, but if you think about it, Asians' overall GPA is like 3.8. I think if someone can find the statistics about this, I think it's really high. It's not a 3.5. I know there's like definitely in the lower end too. But Asians have a pretty high standards in the GPA, especially if you just count like there was the if you're Asian, they also differentiated what type of Asian were you, like Asian, like Korean American, right? If you remember that. So if I had to go against the Korean American sections, I was like, damn, that sucks, because you know what? I had a 3.5 in high school and I was still waitlisted for UW. And what's also shocking is I talked to my like foreign friends and she's like, oh, I got like a 3 point something who are like either Hispanic or, you know, black. And they were like, but I wasn't waitlisted. Of course there's other factors. I can't say it's race. Race is definitely not the only factor that they're figuring out. There's also the writing portion. There's also ACT, SAT, right? There's many factors that's contributing to this. But if you kind of hear what this education Annie is saying, hey, we want the school to be diverse, you kind of feel this, it's kind of unfair. Maybe unfair word is a little bit too strong, but it was kind of like, I don't know how to describe my feeling right now, but it felt like I was put into, like, I was being compared with all the smart kids. And at one point I'm like, Mom, why didn't you just, you know, have a thing with, you know, like a different race? So you could have made me in a better position to get accepted to a certain college, right? That's how far we could go. So it's unfortunate. But I see the college's standpoint, right? I see college's standpoint of having a diverse school because it's telling you that we really care about diversity, which is true. Like, you want the school to have a diverse community. If you want all Asians in a college depending on their grade, dude, just go to Korea. Right? There's just Koreans there. It's definitely good for college, the marketing in terms of the college standpoint and everything. But it was just kind of like the individual student, I feel like, would get so hurt by the fact that they couldn't make it because they were competing with other Asians. So, what is Kumon? What is that? Kumon? Ah, Kumon? Isn't that some Korean something something? So continuing for now. The ruling covered 2 cases involving admission at Harvard, which makes sense. My friend got into Harvard though. She was Asian. I was like so proud of her. And the University of North Carolina. The court ruled 6-3 against UNC and 6-2 against Harvard. The justice sided with an organization called Students for Fair Admission, founded by the legal activist Edward Blum. The group argued before the court last October that Harvard's race conscious sorry guys, I can't read this right now. The Harvard's race conscious admission policy violated Title 6 of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Oh wow. Which bars discrimination based on race, color, and national origin. Oh. So many universities have for too long wrongly concluded that the touchstone of an individual's identity is not challenges best skill built or lesson learned, but the color of the skin. 그러니까 and then his majority of opinion said UNC and Harvard's policy were well intended. And the decision noted that universities should not be prohibited from considering an applicant's discussion of how race affects his or her life. Harvard admission process rests on the pernicious stereotype that black students can usually bring something that a white person cannot offer. So this is a good word to use. This is what I was having in my mind. Pernicious. Saying that a black student can usually bring something that a white person... That is true. Eh? Is that... The justice... okay, so people agreed. He wrote that such programs were patently unconstitutional, that university self-proclaimed righteousness does not afford them license to discriminate on the basis of race. Wow. So the first black woman appointed to the court, she said the decision was truly a tragedy for all of us. Oh, so some people find this as tragedy. That is true. With let them eat cake of 뭐냐? How do you pronounce this? Obliviousness of oblivion. I can't speak English today. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So the majority pulled the ripcord and announced color blindness for all. Another dissenting liberal justice said the ruling cements a superficial rule of color blindness as a constitutional principle in an endemically segregated society. Wow, look at all these like really big and fancy words. So basically saying, is putting race in college admission good or bad? And we're getting 2 different big sides. Some people actually find if you put it, it's also could be racist. Because college, you want to enter the college just by knowledge, right? We think when we're young that from when we learn that colleges are what you want to learn more advanced stuff, and it's deciphered by schools because each school has what they're good at, and some schools are even known for better educational aspect. Now, why does race have an issue with that? Though the opposite side is telling me, you know what? This is also racist that you're not including race. Because you're not giving diversity in the college. You're not giving chances. What a issue. What an issue. It both is hard. It is so complex. It's both an issue, I think. One of the main arguments that meetings and interacting with people from other... so I guess they're also saying diversity is important for students. I agree with that. I think people should be more exposed to diversity. That is true. But should they at the same time, if you think about it, like... Okay, wait, before we go on, let's talk about... It seems that... What are schools for then? What are colleges? Or even high school, middle school for? What do you guys think? So... Definitely there's education. Education is probably one important thing to learn. Because what do they teach you? 1 + 1 = 2. Oh my god, right? Or you do like... Do you guys remember like lim is when x goes to infinity, something x² plus x plus blah 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 over blah 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 blah. What is x? 0. I don't know. Do you guys remember that? Do you guys all remember those disgusting stuff? You know, education, right? That's very important. And I do have to agree. In Korea, there is this professor who deals with child education, and he obviously, you know, from coming from a Korean professor, she actually emphasizes to teachers or to parents saying, hey, going to school doesn't mean that you want to just do the best, number one. It also gives you an opportunity to learn a social life. Right? You learn how to interaction with other people. No matter if it's your peers or teachers, even custodians, you know. You want to thank the custodians, by the way. So interaction with people, you learn the social aspect going to school. That's why they give you a lot of team projects. They give you a lot of those. And I see why here diversity would be included. And this kind of connects with how to network, right? But diversity would include, or does it? Would you say that it'd be different? I mean, you would get to learn about different people's culture. Like I learned, you know, what I shouldn't be saying to someone who's Hispanic, especially, you know, my long, funny, random story of me, Jinri, being very stupid, Pepega, was the fact that I didn't know that Puerto Rico was part of the US, you know, like Puerto Ricans are like US citizen. I didn't know that, so I was kind of like, how did you get to work here? And she's like, because I'm a US citizen. I'm like, I am so sorry. I was so effing dumb. That was Jinri's stupid story. So, you know, that includes race and diversity. It's very important that I need to know about that, right? Because it'd be like saying, I heard you're Chinese. It's like, oh no, I mean, or like, how can Koreans work here, right? You know, you all have that moments. Yeah. Of course, I'm not looking at the business standpoint. I know some of you guys mentioned maybe like money. why colleges? Why we go to school in college? Of course, I mean, like if you want to do like future career, that's definitely an important thing, but Now, that being said, if we just talk about college for now, because it seems like it's starting to, I mean, I could continue reading on, but it does really definitely point out the different aspects of like banning the race-based college admission. There's actually 9 states who've done that, which is Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Oklahoma, New Hampshire, Michigan, Nebraska, and Washington. So honestly, who do you think will have a like kind of a negative effect on this race-based college admission? And when we talk about this, we're just going to go flat out like fact. We're not going to be racist about it, but I think it's an important aspect to cover. And my pen is kind of dying, so we're gonna have to delete it because it's causing issues because I wrote so much. A second. Sorry guys, I'm having technical difficulties. But while we're having that, yeah, it clears the whole page, but it was just having issues. What was my question, guys? 잠깐만, 내 질문 뭐였지? Guys, oh my god. Sorry, pregnant women issue. I tend to forget a lot of things. Okay, so which race? I know you guys are kind of saying, Junior, shouldn't be the race. It's not the race's issue, blah, blah, blah. But, let's be honest. We know that, like, black people, I'm sorry to be pointing out, colors and colors here, but people are going to be like upset, and I understand, because there's always the household issue that's causing educational problems. You might have things, but would it be fair if you guys think about it? Let's say we have white person who got 4.0. We have, okay, wait, 4.0 is too high, guys. Like 3.0, and then like some other, like we have maybe black person who got a 3.0. We have Asian who got a 3.0. Like if we just look at the aspect, and I know there's other factors, like I said, we have the SAT score, ACT score, there's also the college writing part, blah, blah, blah. Would it be fair for the race to be part of it? Maybe for college guys, college standpoint, having like different colors of whites, blacks, yellows. What are Hispanic colors? What do people call a Hispanic? What are they, like Hispanic color? It'll be colorful. I understand that, and maybe in terms of money, they'll get diverse money from everyone, blah blah blah. But if you look at from the student's perspective, guys, all these students are wanting to go to the college that they want. No matter if it's like a big school of like the Ivy Leagues, or if it's their town school, or even community college. Would you guys think it's like, would the students feel happy that they got, or like how would the students feel? And I know we shouldn't involve definitely feelings involved with this, but it's hard, because I felt that. I've noticed that my brother was an international student, And of course, there's many factors of why my brother didn't get in, but he tried. He, I think, had a great. He's done a lot of curricular activities like Science Olympiad. He was a nerd, right? He's done all this, and he wanted to. His main future goal was Stanford, and my dad was really excited because he was like, "I think you can get in." But oops, Stan. I forgot Ford. But he couldn't get in because he was actually an international student. Poor guy. And if you think about it, whatever he did, there's other Asians who did better. Which is so sad, right? Because he's competing with other Asians there, right? So yeah, so in that aspect, I like, if this is why I have to put in personal feelings if I think about it, because my brother had to go through a depressing era in his high school time since he couldn't get into other schools. That's why we actually rushed to get a green card for me and then for him to get a job too. In the end, he was still satisfied going to UW-Madison. It's still a great school, and pharmacy ranking, it's what, like 4th in the country, or yeah, in the country. So he likes it. He's very happy with the results. But back when he was a high school, would he had to go deal with that? Probably not, right? Yeah, that's true. That's probably all Ivy League's issue is Asians want Ivy League. You are treated like God if you say you came from an Ivy League school. If I said to you guys, hey guys, I graduated from Stanford, how many of you guys would be like, she's goddamn smart, guys. She applied, she got into Stanford. Well, not most of you guys, because you guys aren't Asian, right? I forgot, you guys aren't Asian. But Asian moms, if I go up to my friend, one of my friend, funny random story is, this is like not really related, but Koreans, I do want to have a comparison for now. Is that in Korea, I want to tell you guys how much college matters in Korea. So as you guys know, in Korea, there is SKY. It's Seoul National University. They have Korea University. And there's Yonsei. And one of my girlfriend was from Yonsei. She was like, oh my god, like, I'm from Yonsei. I mean, like, not all Yonsei people are like this, by the way. Just one of my friends. And she's like, so I was telling, like, oh, you know, like, I was having this blah 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 issue and it sucks. And she's like, oh, did you tell them what school you were in? Because if I tell I was from Yonsei, they'll just shut up. I'm like, my school is better than your school, and you shouldn't be proud just because you came to Yonsei. I mean, it's a great school. Of course, in Korea, that's probably the best you could achieve because you went to SKY, but doesn't mean that people would be. But it's, the community actually prefers Yonsei, right? It's kind of like, yeah, which is unfortunate, but it's shocking that Koreans, at least, and this affects a lot of Asians, right? A lot of Asians are like, would you date someone who went to Stanford or Harvard? Versus, would you date someone who went to like UW? You know what people say? Where the fudge is UW? Where? I thought it was Washington University. Right? So, anyways. So I see why Harvard was having this issue, because they only limited certain Asians because a lot of Asians would apply. And it sucks. You know, we wish it would change in the Asian community, but yeah, UW know how to party. So you guys know how to party, right? And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that a lot of Asians have to feel down because, you know, there's people better than you. That's literally what the college is telling you. If you don't make it into the college, it's not that your grades are bad. It's not that you're doing this. It's just there's better options than you. And you didn't make it in that 22% pool, Asian human being. So just go to your second choice, whether it's other like community college or your in-state college. Sorry, that's life. That's what you get to face. Ah, kind of sad, right? That's really sad. And some kids have, you know, go through it well. Some kids, they're kind of like, you know, school sucks. But I think it's great that this actually came out and they're kind of like talking about it, because should race be a factor? I understand not wanting a whole pool of a certain race. That's definitely understandable, because I feel like having different race, you get to learn the meaning of diversity, which a lot of Asian people or other countries don't get, including me. I can speak for my behalf, because even if I was very diverse, I just didn't do that. But, you know, like, these kids, they're kids, guys. They have dream schools. They work hard for that dream school. But if they're getting denied because of their race, because they didn't get that 22%, it's really sad. So, I wish it would be other factors. Like, maybe you needed more extracurricular activities. Maybe you didn't join. Everyone's a science Olympiad. You should have joined that writing club. You didn't do more violin playing, you know, so. Yeah, and alumni. That's a very good point of view. Alumni. Like, my mom went to this school, so I'm getting in. Ugh. I feel like because you're an alumni, getting in is worse than diversity. But that's the thing. What if they want to be researchers? Their dream. Asians don't study. I mean, they probably study because they like focus on studying. But what if they just liked it? Like, my brother didn't do science Olympiad and math just because it's like, well, he was good at it. But you know that he liked it. He loved science Olympiad. I have no clue why he liked it, but he loved building robots. Yeah, they do it for fun. It's not the fact that they know that science and math is what they're going to get into college for. It's something that they enjoy, but because of a stereotype, people that's why colleges aren't admitting them. It's shocking, right? Hey, another Asian with science and math. Ew. Oh wait, this Asian did writing. Oh, you're getting in. Isn't that really sad? Wow, that's the sad news. That's really upsetting. So, and it's funny that people are thinking now, okay, to get into college, do something other than that. Okay, so let's figure out what's a good college administration. What makes you get into a college well? You know what makes you get into a college well, to the college you want to go to? Do something that people don't do, like writing, for example. Writing or some literature, like blah blah blah. My friend actually, who's Asian, I forgot what she was, Vietnamese, said she was the only Asian in her field because she majored in English studies and literature. I was like, kind of makes sense, you know. She's also good at science, but she liked writing, which is fine. She liked it, but it's not like we don't want to force the Asians now because you want to go there, right? So yeah, you could do what Rainer is doing, is basically go through this route of doing something that people aren't doing and then transferring to a better major. That's also an option, but like, I guess if you're that desperate, then it's worth doing it. I do agree. Yeah, foreign language majors and stuff. I do want to conclude. I don't want to conclude, but I do want to emphasize, guys, college isn't everything, though. College isn't everything. College is not what you're going to be doing in the future. Like, I mean, it does affect a lot, but guys, I graduated master's. I know it's just UW and stuff, but like, I've done lots in college. I'm an engineer, I'm a musician, and I'm doing this. Is it related? Not really. Kinda. I mean, I do a lot of management related, but it does give me a lot of social aspect. I gotta learn like how to live like a Korean, because I hung out with lots of Koreans. And I know what's funny is that they're focusing on diversity, but how many of you guys were very diverse in college? You know what my friend said? My friend goes, hey, I've never got to hang out with a Korean in college. And I'm like, why? And she's like, because they just hang out with each other. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing in Asian culture. They like to group themselves in their own group. And what's also ironic is in my engineering classes, did I partner up with a lot of other diversity? Not really. I usually sat with the Asians because they are willing to talk to you. You sit with the white community, not dissing the white people. If you're white, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to diss you, but at least in my school they didn't talk to me. So I usually sat at the white table or the Asian table, and what was kind of funny was we had to do a group of 4 and we had a group of 5, so I got kicked. I didn't get kicked out, but I said, hey guys, you guys can be a group since I'm also fluent in English, like I'll just go to a different group. I got paired with 2 white boys. It was the best experience, sarcastically, in my life, because they were good, they were smart, but they weren't thorough. So what happened was, like any group projects, our PowerPoint was just awful. Like, I'm not good at PowerPoint and stuff, but our PowerPoint was just and they're like, hey, we could just do it. Like, they would wing it. It's okay, we took a selfie at the end. I was like, hey, I'm Asian, we have to take a selfie, we must do it, right? So yeah, fun. Yeah, I mean, technically I'm comfortable also with all race because I went to a very diverse high school. I'm from Wisconsin, I know, but like I'm from the Madison area, so we had very diverse. So my group of girlfriends in my high school was, we had Hispanic, like one girl from Mexico, we had one girl from, I had like 3 groups. I had like the Asian groups where it was a bunch of Asians, like different race of Asians. And then I had one like Hispanic group where it was like Cuban, Mexican, and then one from Spain. I mean, yeah. And then I had another group of like really diverse where one was black, one was Hispanic, one was Asian, one was white. So that was a fun group. But you know, like I'm also used to diversity, but you go to college, like, do people really focus on, okay, let's make more diverse friends in college? Not really. It's like, okay, this is the last step until you hit the real world, and that's when you are getting ready to jump in. So you better get like prepped hardcore. You have no time to play. So I really worked hard. And in music school is not diverse. Normally in music school, I don't think I've seen a black or Hispanic in music school, like classical music. So I've seen there's a bunch of whites and Asians, now that I think about it. Yeah, maybe we've seen like very few Hispanic, but definitely no black. So anyways, to conclude this, I know I see the other side. I see that we want diversity in college, and I do agree, because just by living in Korea, I understand that some people don't understand the diversity, or they're not used to diversity. So it's important as a child to learn diversity when you hit the workplace and not make stupid mistakes like me. Very important. However, should that be an important factor where you're literally telling these kids only 22% of the group of Asians can join this? Only, I don't know, 22% of whites can join this school. You know, like, I'm sorry to get my feelings involved with this story, but that would suck as a high school kid to miss the opportunity to get into the college you want. And so good luck with college, out there who has to deal with this issue, and I think this is going to be a long controversial issue for a while because there's no right answer. Both sides are telling important stories. We just need to find that middle ground. And is it easy? Definitely not. It definitely sucks both sides. Like, for example, if you're a black person and you really wanted to probably also get in, but your grades don't make it, but you had maybe family history behind it where you have, you know, like all those stories, that also makes sense. So it's a hard business. It sucks. It really sucks, and hopefully they'll take care of it. And yes, I do agree, Ivy Leagues are overrated, but it still has name value. Everyone, when you graduate from Ivy League or any college, you still want to go to like the Fang, you know. Why is there, after Ivy League, if people think it's overrated, why did people create Fang, right? F-A-A-N-G. Oh, I thought it changed now. Is it, what was it? It's a fans. Oh wait, no, Google is included. I thought they added S somewhere. I thought this changed, but 좀 이따 끌 거야. Mia brought me lunch because I told him I was only streaming for like 2-3 hours. So it does suck. My friend is half Asian and half black. Admission told her she would be counted as Asian at the school. Why? Tell her just highlight black, just color in black. But anyways, two messages I want to say is that one, it sucks. I'm sorry, college. This is a very important factor that you must deal with ASAP for students to feel like they are in the right place of education. Yeah. It's kind of like all the girls going over the same hot guy or all the guys going over the same girl. That's true. That's true. Well, that's a very interesting way of putting it, but I could see it that way. I could see it definitely that way, but it sucks. It's awful. And I see the other side of diversity, but like I said, college is literally the last step before you hit the real world. Do you really want to jump in to the diversity pool? Like, do you want to care about diversity when you're literally about to be ready to pay for your college tuition and your debt bills of all the college bills that you'll be paying, right? So I hope they're more realistic and more, you know, looking in the bigger picture of this dream or of this goal of having a diverse community. And you know what? If you want to go to the college you want, it's the members who has to try hard, not just in education, but other extracurricular activities that you really find passionate and interested about. Not just the ones that you just want to do because you know you're going to get into the college because they don't have that many people in that field. That's sad. So this was all for the talk of the Supreme Court overturns race-based college admissions. I hope you guys got a little insights. This was all my personal talks about what I think about this current issue, and there's more bigger picture to it. So hopefully we'll see a better decision being made by the colleges, and so that the high school kids who want to go to the college that they want, because hey, let's face it, chat, we're all old. We know that college in the end probably doesn't matter, but to these kids, they also probably find it as something, it's their life goal. Some people might find it as a life goal, even if we tell them, hey, who cares? Even if you graduate college, you'll just be a streamer like me. Well, not like just like me, but like to some it matters a lot. So hopefully they'll find a very good decision to these young people who are really wanting to make a difference in the world. So I think colleges should make a better decision about this. So good luck, and hopefully this gets solved. I know it's gonna take a while, but we'll be on our radar to see what decisions we make about this. So thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed my talk. If you guys have any other questions or your opinions, feel free to leave a comment below. But that's all. Ta-da! This one was fun. This one was one of the things I really wanted to talk about, and I'm happy that I got to talk about it with you guys. And I love how you guys were very mature about the talk and everything, because It's very difficult and it could be very controversial. Some people might actually say we want more diversity, and I agree with that. Diversity is very important. It's hard. It's so complicated. Life issues are so complicated. So hopefully it gets solved well. Thank you. And I didn't get to read chat. I like this mirrored cam for these talks. It seems like you're actually looking at chat. I know! I was looking at this side when I'm looking at chat, and then this is chat, right? So I'll try to, when I'm doing this, I'll look more this side. And then when I'm reading, I'll do more this. Thank you. Thanks for the feedback. I don't accept because of my color skin, but at the same time, I don't want to be denied because of my color skin. I want to see my skill set. That's true. Yeah. Race is very hard. It's, you know what I feel that's really unfortunate is the fact that in US history they had the slave, like treating blacks as slaves and those long histories, because if it were for that, I feel like racism wouldn't have been that much of an issue if we would just accepted that, oh, they're just another human being but a different color because they're from a different place, you know, like if they accepted that mindset long history ago. But we cannot repeat it, or we cannot, you know, go back to time, right? So we must fix it. But because of all the tangling going on, no matter what I say, they're gonna be like, oh, you know, and like go through the past. That's why I'm always afraid to use the word blacks or, you know, like these words. So it's hard. It's definitely hard. And I think it's something that US needs to grow, but since it's such a big country, it's so big and every state has their own laws and their own rules, it makes it extra complicated. So even those who have, you know, everyone's gonna have different opinions, which is something that's good. The fact that everyone has their own opinions. Like when I see you guys chat, I love all your opinions. I get to see a different side of the view. But at the same time, some people aren't willing to take in these opinions and say, oh, I see your point of view. That also makes sense. That also cannot happen. So some people, I realize, are very... what's the word I'm trying to use? Stubborn. Unfortunately. They would just forgive my loans. That would be the best one, right? And let's face it, colleges are so expensive. I could see of it as a class thing more than a race, but it's pretty close. Yeah, but allowing class yeah, that's hard. Other parts of the world thought like that? I mean, some still I feel like could be racist. I don't know about the Asians. This would be less of an issue if colleges outside the US were better. Yeah, I mean, there's still like Chinese, colleges in the big city China, they're really good, I heard. Or yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing though is that we gotta stop focusing on the college ranking, and we must focus more on what this kid has potential in. But we're not getting there because we need competition in life. So, and that's what's making it impossible for US college to not be ranked in the top. So, yeah. Even look at Asians, for example. Why are they so eager to go to Ivy Leagues? Because they have the ranking. Does the ranking matter in the end? We know you guys are almost 30s and 40s. Does it really have, I mean, maybe, yeah, networking. I heard networking is very important. Yeah, you could find more of your peers in your genre. But any college has a decent people. Like, they have well-known people inside. You just have to find the right Yeah, that's why it's unfortunate. The fact that ranking is related to network and like jobs, so it's hard. It's definitely hard, I think. Yeah, Ivy League is just too OP. But I feel like it got more neutral though. In Korea, what's funny is that people started to acknowledge UW Madison because last, I think it was last group of people that ran the politics, like that thing, had a lot of UW Madisons until she had to go to jail. So that's why people said, oh, like people nowadays know Wisconsin, like UW Wisconsin, like University of Wisconsin Madison. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah. Oh, thank you. A law degree from Ivy League school carries a lot of weight. Yeah. It's interesting the amount of weight each college has. And guys, that's why I couldn't get into AMD. I had no weight. Though what sometimes was good was one thing that I really liked about Intel was there was a lot of alumni that went to UW Madison from Intel. So Intel always were willing to hire UW Madison people. So. Sky University have such an outsized impact. Yeah. Because like other than maybe like certain colleges outside of Seoul, like maybe like 5 colleges outside of Seoul, people know that they just could easily get in there, which is unfortunate. And the rate of people getting into colleges like outside of Seoul has drastically dropped, where they're now, some colleges actually had to close because there was no students applying. So there's actually one of my favorite TV shows right now is or like a YouTube channel is that has B2B Opar, Lee Chang-sub Opar, is that he goes to different colleges and experiences like 2 different classes from like very diverse college. And I love that. I was like, oh, there's this degree, there's that degree. So I think that's really helping out. It's sad that it's ending their season, so hopefully they'll come up with the new season with Lee Chang-sub. If they change the member, I'm a poop in front of their building. I'm a riot somehow. Because I like the member. So. Oh, this way does definitely feel like I'm talking to you guys. I like this. Sorry, I'm trying to... Hard for me to like catch up. You guys... Maybe people should concentrate on doing things to help give their college a better reputation. That's also a great point if you think about it. One of my, so I was reading the graduates for this year's UW Madison. And one of the girls said she got 10K followers on Instagram for posting her, what was it? Irish dancing. And she became an influencer. And I was like, wait, what about me? Well, I have 10K on Twitch. Does that not count? I think it was 10K on Instagram or like 20K. I found that interesting. But I think that's a really good way of putting it, is that, if you if you want your college to have better reputation, but the issue with that is that people don't care. Once you graduate your college, you don't really care. You just talk crap about your college. You don't really want to, work hard for your college, right? You don't want to be like, oh my god, okay, I want to become a famous person so that my college has a higher reputation. We don't really say that. We're like, okay, my school, I just learned how to drink, party, and do beer shots and beer bong. That was the best thing ever. You really do, along with a bunch of debts. That's kind of the conclusion we end up getting. So it's unfortunate. However, but so I mean, maybe we should start. You and I chat. Maybe that's how we're gonna start on making colleges a better thing. There's also an incentive to pour a lot of money into few select top institutes to say your country has higher ranking. Oh, really? I feel like if you went to Sky and tried to get a job in the US, no one would care. No, not really. It's like, would you hire someone who went to Harvard versus UW-Madison? They have the same grade. Who'd you hire? Right? I feel like, at least, I don't know about Yonsei or Korea University, but Seoul National University still has it's still ranked in the higher position, so. Oh, Ivy kids are, that's true. I'm just kidding. I would make them do the same task. You guys are good people. You guys are good human being. But I'm talking about the bad human being. Can you guys be bad for a bit? Why are you guys nice? Why are you guys justice? I don't need justice people. Right? Just kidding. You guys aren't making this conversation work. You guys are too justice. Yeah, SNU's ranked around there. Funny people wants to go to somewhere to help them instead of thinking what great things they can do to boost their college reputation. Yeah, they don't think about boosting. Hire both and fire the first one to make a mistake. How drastically drop for Korean colleges? A lot of colleges are making ads. I went to Busan and I was seeing all these college ads. So. Are you leaving? Oh, 벌써? 안녕. Oh, Mia's leaving. he just brought me hamburger and left. Yeah, I like Changseo. Amazon has really high brand car seats on sale. What? And I think it kind of deals with, you know, I don't want to compare college students with products, but it's like, who wants to use like some weird phone that has a higher spec or that has the same spec as Samsung? Like, which one would you do? The brand quality? You know, like, college is a brand. You go with the brand quality. The fact that networking and social those type of two things is so important in college life. Those two things literally define everything. Oh. Which is unfortunate. Want to do great things for their streamer. Streamers want to do great things, so their streamer channel has a better reputation. Not me. Just kidding. Yeah, that's true. It's interesting. But streamers is just more like a one-man business, right? Okay, not Google Pixel. That's still like that still has Google itself as a brand, right? Like, would you use Huawei's some phone? I mean, they have a decent brand versus like iPhone. Which one would you use? They tell you like, hey, we'll give you you can pick from one of them. Which one would you pick? Would you pick iPhone? I would pick iPhone. I'd be like, damn, I'm getting iPhone. iPhone have good brands. I think Huawei makes OnePlus. I think so. And make the Ivy League do all the work while I talk Big Ten football with the UW-Madison keynote. You will be a bad manager, Keynote. You favor too much Midwest schools. Sorry, I'm like reading from above that. I just saw that comment. It's just so funny. You're a bad manager. Hey guys, let's not hire Kino. He's a bad manager. He wants to decipher between Ivy Leagues and UW and Midwest in a weird way. Yeah. Party schools are good. You learn how to party. It's a great way of socializing. Anyways, thanks guys. We had fun. I really had fun. I know we're like 3 hours into it. Yeah, branding is everything. Did you guys have fun? I'll try to do this like more. Okay, I'm trying to do the daily talk for like at least, you know, like on a consistent basis so that I can also upload it on YouTube and have a decent talk about it. And I think I'll pick today, Tuesday, for you guys. I wasn't allowed to go out. Why? Is it because it was expensive? Mine was Boston University because my crush was there. But anyways, almost. Guys, okay, so anyways, I want to go eat lunch. Oh yeah, it does look like I'm not looking at chat if I look this way. But anyways, so I'll try to do this more, have a decent conversation. If you guys have any other news that might bring good conversation, keep putting them up on stock news. I do take a look at them. And I'll try to do this daily in terms of the discussion portion. If we're looking at the news like what we did for Intel today, that I want to focus doing it on Wednesday or Tuesday for today, like today. And so please continue coming on Tuesdays if you want to be part of the discussion. I'm hoping to put this also on YouTube, so if you guys miss it, definitely follow my YouTube business channel. I'll just be uploading the full length of it. So thanks for having a great discussion, and thanks for being very mature about it. I know it was a very hard discussion at the end where it was like it could be very controversial and everything, but thanks for being awesome about it. And hopefully we'll stay this way. You know, you always couldn't get everything perfect, right? But today was a very perfect stream. So thanks for listening. If you guys have any other question, or if you guys want to talk about a different discussion, please post them up on my Discord channel. But other than that, I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. I don't have anything planned, but if I feel like I want to play some games, I'll be on stream. We support the Asian community. Yeah, I have to be Asian. I have to support the Asian community because I'm Asian. But yeah, so for tomorrow, if I'm feeling like I want to play Dave, I'll join and play some Dave. I might be makeupless because it's not really a content day. So thanks for watching and see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. Please upload good discussion content because it's really hard looking for some, and I'll do my studies better. But see you. We'll have a discussion for tomorrow if I do get to stream. Annyeong.